Alright, welcome back to Vault Hunters. Some updates since the last episode. So we have done quite a lot of stuff. Some of this I actually did on stream. If you were able to watch any of our stream day stuff we had going on, pretty much all of us here on the server, we streamed for a few hours apiece. And we got the chance to interact with some of the viewers, have some fun, and do some work right here on the server, in addition to running some cooperative vaults and a bunch of other fun stuff. So, update on my mechanism stuff. We have upgraded most of our machines here to elite factories. Now, the elite factory is as high as I can go on these machines here without getting into the echo stuff. So, like, for example, this, we'll look at the elite crushing factory. The elite crushing factory just requires the reinforced alloys and the elite control circuit, which all of this stuff is relatively easy to make right over here in our infusers. We have the 3 infusers I mentioned before: redstone, diamond, and obsidian. And here's our one for carbon. This is our one we use to make the steel dust with iron, so which is cool. But we've upgraded them all to the elites. Now, if we go to the ultimate, we'll just look at the ultimate here. It requires these atomic alloys, which are not too bad, but the biggest part that gets us is these ultimate control circuits. The ultimate control circuits require 2 echo gems apiece, and so that's 4 per machine. So I don't think I'm going to be using 4 echo gems for each of these machines, because right now this is already just insanely fast. So I'll give a quick example here. Like in the crushing factory here, I can take a whole stack of iron and it will be iron dust in just a few moments. It's super fast. It does a bunch of them at the same time. It can do multiple items. It can do different items in each of these slots, and so it's really fast. If I put some ore into here, into the injecting factory, I don't think I have any more ores left. Nope. If I have ores left, I can put the ores in the injecting factory. I can put up to 7 different types of ores in at once, and then each of these will go down through and get processed individually, just like before. So this is super efficient, super effective, and works really well. So down underneath we have our reactor. Now, I did build this reactor on our stream, so I'll go ahead and throw a quick little clip in right now of us doing this on stream.
Now, I want to build a reactor really quick. So I have been working and AFKing for the past, I don't even know how long, week or so, to build all the stuff I need to actually create this nuclear reactor. And I should have enough stuff to make my last ones, 36. Awesome. So yeah, I've been AFKing to get a ton of those crystals so I can be able to build this reactor. And I wanted kind of to do this, at least, if not on video, on a stream. I think we're going to build a nuclear reactor, right? Let's see, am I clear here? Yeah, right. Is there center? Yeah, so we'll build it right here. It should auto place itself. Look at that. Building itself. Our nuclear reactor is building itself. Hey, there we go. We have a spirited nuclear reactor. Of course, I've got nothing in it. I don't know if I have another sink. Do I have another sink? I don't. Yeah, the reactor should get a whole lot of power. And actually, let me pull my manual out of my backpack here real quick. So my reactor, a spirited, which is what this is, generates 3,800 FE a tick and has a capacity of 50 million, which is just insane on the power. So like I can get rid of all these heat generators and stuff I have everywhere. I can power everything, which is the one, which is... So yeah, as you can see, we have gone ahead and removed all of the rest of the power generation here. All of our power is now coming from the reactor here. And it's holding up pretty well. It's using more redstone than I thought it was going to be using. It actually doesn't use that much uranite, which is really nice. It is set to auto mode, so it does stop when it's full, which is nice. But yeah, we have 50 million stored here. We've got an additional storage of 25 million in each of these. Then we have just one additional storage right here, just to help kind of boost some of these machines over here, so I don't run out quite as quickly. Now, my limiting factor here
is definitely my cables. Now, the Nyota cables are only able to IO 40k FE a tick, which is a bit of a bummer because some of these machines use a lot of FE per tick. I'm not sure what some of these are, but 40k is all these cables can pass at once. So I'm eventually going to want to upgrade all of these cables to the spirited cables, just so they can actually IO a little bit more. Yeah, our spirited cables are a max of 90k FE a tick, which is awesome. That's a good bit more than these over double. So the cables are a limiting factor right now with all machines running, processing ores, doing everything. I'm mostly okay, but now and then one of my machines, especially on the end of a line here, so say the line comes up on this side and goes across, this last machine will start struggling because all these other machines are pulling so much power that it will start to drop that farthest machine from. So I usually have two different pathways that power can flow, and that's why I have these extra little energy cells down here. So if this pathway over here gets saturated, this guy right here can start supplying power on this pathway to help keep my machines going. So overall, it's a very solid system. I love it. It's working well. But end game, we're gonna want something a little bit bigger. So here we are back over on a creative test world. This is using the same seed. As you see, there's no buildings. But I've shown you guys this before. This was my 4x and 5x ore setup machines through here. But we have something new behind us. This is going to be my end game power generation. Now this here is a fission reactor. Now this may not be the final end game because I might go to a fusion reactor, but that's a whole nother story. We'll get there when we get there. But right now this is a fission reactor, and we can see here this thing generates an absolute insane amount of heat. Now the fission reactor itself doesn't actually generate power. We need something to generate power, and that is what this is. This is our steam turbine, our industrial steam turbine. And we use this with generators on the top here. They're actually behind here, right there. And this is the main piece to making an absolute ton of power. This thing can produce, let's see, 1.6 GFE, so that's giga, which is just an insane amount of power. We can start this thing up. There's a whole lot going on here, and I'll probably do a separate video to explain all of this stuff and how we're able to get, fissile fuel here using all these machines and all of this stuff. So we can go ahead and start this guy up. We'll activate it here. We'll see our temperature has risen, and you'll see our turbine is now spinning. Look at that thing go. So right now it's producing 142 KFE, which is really not that great. But if you look at the top there, you'll see a little bit more of how much power we have stored. We're storing 55, 58, 60 million FE. So this thing produces a certain amount, but it also stores. So right now, yeah, we're at 80 million FE per tick, which is just insane. Now, a lot of this is dependent on how hot this reactor gets. We're at 294 right now because I'm water cooled. And we just produce a ton of steam. We pipe the steam in here, and we spin a turbine just like real life. And so this thing is going to be, slowly absorbing or inputting the steam here. It's holding a certain amount here, and then it'll start producing power. It has to ramp up, just like in real life. It'll eventually ramp up and store a ton of power within this thing. All of my machines now at this point are being powered off of this, and because it stores so much, and I have some additional storage here, when the machines are not running, it's really just storing an absolute ton of power, which is amazing. So this is a really cool piece of equipment. It's very expensive to build. It's going to require a lot of effort, a lot of work. We have to process uranium down to yellow cake and all this other stuff to create the fissile fuel, which is what gets piped in here. Then it also is going to have nuclear waste on the output side. You can see our waste is actually building up in this pipe because we're using this kind of stuff to make the pieces that we need for the fusion reactor. But normally we would just store the nuclear waste over here in these nuclear waste barrels. And the thing is with nuclear waste, we're going to need an absolute ton of these barrels. I mean, walls full of these barrels to handle our nuclear waste. So there we go. We'll kick this thing back into production here. Yeah, so we don't overwhelm our waste here. We're coming back down now. But yeah, so we have just an absolute ton of things that can be done here, which is just incredible. This is one of the coolest things about Mechanism, is there's so many different ways to actually do stuff. And since we're over here on the creative world, well, let's take a little trip over here. This is the next item that I think I'm going to be wanting to build here on the Vault Hunter server. So this is the digital miner. This thing is just absolutely insane on how well it works and everything else. Now, it does require some power, and this thing is going to need to be moved around. So the way this thing works is we go in here and we create item filters. And what we can do is set it for like vault rocks, osmium, fluorite, uranium. We can set up filters, and this thing will digitally mine underneath it throughout the world that we have set in here. Let's see, in a radius of 32 blocks from Y level, or from where it's at to 60 below, which is exactly what we need here. And we can set up these filters, and this thing will actually mine the blocks out of the world for us, sitting right here on top. We can then take those blocks and just push them over here into chests, and we can get an absolute ton. So just from this little 32 block radius, we had 31 vault rock ore, which is a ton of ore. In addition to all the rest of the stuff here, uranium, osmium, fluorite, we can take all of these items and then put them through our 4x and 5x system that we have, and be able to just have all the ores we could possibly want. We can set this thing up for iron. We can set it up for gold. We can set it up for anything we want. Let's just go ahead real quick and put a gold filter in here. And let's hit the start. And look, there's 153 or so. It's going to be mining out of the world. You can see it's just taking the items and shooting them over here. And look at this. We're just getting gold ore. It's actually mining them out of the world. If we go to free cam here real quick, since we're in creative, we might be able to see it pulling items out. We'll go to night vision here. We can see a little bit better. You can see it just pulling all of the gold ore out of the world, which is, that's insane. I mean, who would have thought something like this could exist? Now, to make the digital miner, the only thing that's really super expensive is this guy right here. It does require an Omega Pog. Everything else is just some gems and lapis and diamonds and stuff like that. Even the robot itself is not hard. Reinforced obsidian, which is easy to make. Personal chest is no big deal. But this Omega Pog requires an absolute ton of all of the Pog gems. And if I'm not mistaken, it requires 72 of each of the Pog gems. So like Ashium here, we have to make 9 Ashium clusters, which require 8 Ashium gems and some perfect black opal. And like I said, each of these is going to get crazy. So we need 9 times 8. So 72 of our Pog gems. Now, I think we have enough to pull this off. We have been saving our Pog gems for quite some time. Just, made a few Pogs here and there, but overall, I've been saving almost all of our Pog gems from our runs. And we're back over here on the server itself. And let's check to see what kind of gems we have. So we need Ashium. I have 91 Ashium. We need Bomb Ignite. I have 90 of those, which is good. We have 92 Puffium. 85 Gorgonite. So I think we have at least the rare ones. I think we have enough to actually make this Omega Pog. So let's do it. I mean, what are we waiting on? We have no reason to not do it. Let's go ahead and make ourselves 9 Gorgonite clusters. All right, there's 9 of our Gorgonite clusters. So we'll just kind of go through these one by one. We have 9 Escalium clusters we need. 9 Ashium, and then we need our 9 Puffium clusters. All right, there they are. Okay, so now we just take each of these and turn them into the chunks. And let me craft all these up and I'll be right back. All right, there they are. We have all of them completed. Let's put these up into here and let's create our Omega Pog. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Our Omega Pog. Oh, yes. We have an Omega Pog. Now we used nearly all of our Pog gems to do that. We have just a few left of each, but this thing is totally worth it. This thing is just the coolest piece of equipment I have ever seen. So to do this one, we have the black opal, we have the atomic alloys, we need to make up the robot, which looks like I have everything, to steel, energy tablets, atomic alloy, The personal chest is super easy to make, just a basic control circuit. So let's make up our robot. All right. And then we have that. We just need the teleportation cores, which again are just some atomic alloys. We need 2 of those. We're going to dump all of these in here. And let's make our digital miner. Let's go. Oh, okay. So I was wrong. This does require a research of digital miner. I feel like an idiot now. I went through all this process and I actually need the digital miner. So what does the digital miner cost? Okay, so the digital miner costs 8 knowledge points. All right, let's see if we have enough stuff here to create 8 knowledge stars. Now we have enough stuff to create, we probably have some star cores in our system. Let's see. Yeah, we have 6 from all the other stuff we've done. We need 2 more. Let's make 2 more star cores. Okay, that's 8. That used the last of my Vault Diamond blocks, which is not good. That means I have like 2 diamond blocks, or 2 diamonds left. Yep, I have exactly 2 Vault Diamonds left after this, but we have our 8. Let's go ahead and see if we can create our star shards. We need 8 times 8, so we need 64 of these, so we need a stack. Can we do a stack? We can. We have enough star essence to do a stack. Nice. All right, we'll dump this stuff into here, and let's make 8 knowledge stars. Woo! Okay, let's eat these up like professionals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so now we can go into our menu here. We can go over here to our digital miner and boom. Let's do it. If all else fails, we may have wasted some, but you know what? We're gonna have a cool digital miner, and so I guess I really don't care at that point. All right, so let's go back here and look up our digital miner, and we should be able to actually craft it this time. And boom. Digital miner. This thing is so cool. All right, let's grab some powered. Well, actually, you know what? We can just go ahead downstairs and we'll grab some of our ores here. We're going to need some Vault Rock ore, and we'll need some of the other ores. Actually, let's go over to where we actually have power, and we'll go over here, and we'll just set this digital miner up right downstairs, right in front of our reactor. At least, you know, so we can mine all the stuff out underneath us here, and then we'll get this thing going. All right. All right, so digital miner will go right here. And then we need to run power over to here, and we'll grab some of our other niotic power cables, and we will actually just pull off this side. Boom. Okay, we have power. We are powered up. Now we just need to configure it. So in order to configure this thing, we need to have one of each of the types of ores that we want to actually use to have this thing mine up for us. I think redstone is going to be one of them. We want to have it mine redstone. We want to have it mine uranium. It's an interesting block of that. All right. We want it to mine our uranite. We want it to mine lead. Of course, fluorite. We'll do lapis as well. And the one I'm really looking for, vault rocks. All right, so now we have all of our stuff here. Let's go ahead and install some upgrades because we can. We can upgrade with the energy and the speed of this thing. We also have the ability to do an anchor upgrade, which keeps the machine chunk loaded. So even if I log off, it'll stay running. And we could also do a stone generator upgrade, which would basically give us stone or cobblestone if we wanted to have it mine that stuff up. But for right now, we probably will make an anchor upgrade. Let's see how expensive that is. An anchor upgrade actually isn't that bad. Let's go ahead and install that one. We have all the stuff to do the anchor upgrade. Excellent. Let's throw this guy in there. Excellent. We have the 1-out-of-1 anchor upgrade, so now the machine will stay chunk loaded all the time. So now we just need to set up our filters. So we're going to do our maximum radius of 32. And of course, minimum maximum level heights, which is fine. We'll set up our new filter. We want an item stack. And the first thing we want is osmium. Definitely want osmium. So we'll set up osmium. We will set up our vault rocks. Vault rock ore, excellent. All right, so I think we have our filters set up here. We have gold, uranium, fluorite, diamonds, copper, redstone, lapis, tin, lead, 2 different types of uranite, vault rocks, and osmium. All right, let's go back. Let's see. I think we're pretty much ready now. The issue we're going to have is this thing is going to get full really quickly. So I'm going to need to set something up to pipe all of this stuff into some sort of storage. And for right now, we have some chests. So let's go ahead and get on the output side of this guy. And so we'll set up 6 chests here with logistical transporter pipes. We will set these to pull. All right, so we're set to pull now. So now it should pull all the items out and start throwing them into these chests. I can make more chests actually over here. Okay, so that's 6 chests. That should be more than enough. Let's start it. So we want Silk Touch on. Auto pull. I think we want that on. I'm not really sure. And let's start. Okay, so it's got 3,450 some blocks to pull. We're holding up okay on power right now, which is good. We'll see, it's just pulling all of these items in, mining them out of the world, and sticking them over here into our chests. Look at it go! Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and dump all of my other stuff in here real quick. I'll keep that stuff out of there, but the rest of this just so we can see a total of how much we got from that little run. Oh, this is so cool. So here we go. We've already got 4 Vault Rock ore. I had 2 previously, and it's gone ahead and found 2 more. And it's over a stack of osmium, uranite, lead, redstone, diamonds. Oh, now the Certus quartz it's not doing. I just grabbed those because I know Fuzzy needs those. All right, there it is. There we have it. We have our digital miner. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, it looks like my reactor just kicked back on. Oh, okay. No, it's because of the auto mode. Yeah, I was pretty sure I could generate enough power there. Basically, it waits till it gets down to about 70% and then kicks back on. Just helps save a little bit of the resources. You can see my redstone going down here. And my coal going down a little bit too as well. So yeah, it's already built back up and already stopped again. Oh, this thing's great. This thing is making a ton of power. It's that little red light, means it's off right now. And then if I turn it this way, it'll just run all the time. Very cool. All right, I like it. We'll let this thing run. It's chunk loaded, so I can even log off. And oh, look, 2 more Vault Rock ore. So that's 4, 5, 6 Vault Rock ore. Look at this thing go. Okay, this is wild. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will see you all on the next episode.